set a nice mood if we're talking about Lexapro. Okay, so Lexapro, not on it anymore. How am I doing? Cut to the chase. Well, I'm doing really well. And I think that's quite notable considering the year we have all had. Obviously, I don't need to tell you that 2020 was quite the doozy. And yet, I would say that my mental state and my emotional stability was better than what it was in 2019. So that is saying something. So it hasn't all been easy. I definitely have worked to maintain and improve and just kind of take care of my mental hygiene. So I'm going to talk about some of the things that I feel are integral to helping me do that. So first off, there are 3 habits that I've established that I do daily to help with my mental state. And the first habit is meditation. I know I've made videos about this. I will connect to one of my meditation videos here, but I can't stress enough how important this has been to just my overall mental state, my ability to handle stress, and not just get bent out of shape when something happens. I mean, even earlier I was attempting to film this video, and of course, as it happens, the card was full and stopped filming halfway through. So, I simply did what I needed to do, and it was frustrating, but I didn't have an absolute freak out or meltdown like, quite frankly, I've had in the past when I've not been in such a good emotional and mental place. So I really credit that ability to deal with stress and to just kind of maintain a nice emotional stability. I really credit my meditation habit with that. I meditate, or try to make space to meditate about 20 minutes a day. And within that time, I might only really do a proper meditation for 5 to 10 minutes, but it doesn't matter as long as I'm making that space for it. And it's the sort of daily practice of just observing what my mind is doing, what state I'm in, paying attention to what's going on in my body as I stretch my neck, paying attention to what's going on in my body. So the meditation habit for me has been incredibly, incredibly helpful. The second habit that I've established, because I recognized the importance of it, was regular exercise. So I try to exercise on a near daily basis, but I don't do super hard stuff. By exercise, I might simply mean taking a walk, a longer, slightly harder hike. I do a Zoom exercise class for 40 minutes on Tuesday and Thursday mornings. And then, I'm just being aware of just trying to move a little bit every day and just not get stuck in the house, sitting in a chair doing nothing. And now the third habit that I've established is taking my vitamins. It became apparent in August of last year that I was terribly vitamin D deficient. And even though I knew this, and even though it had shown up in my blood tests, for whatever reason, I just didn't take it seriously until my doctor told me I needed to take it seriously and take a vitamin D supplement religiously every morning. So that's what I did. And I not only saw an improvement in my overall mood and energy levels, I noticed other little aches and pains in my joints. That went away. I was having gastrointestinal issues, and that was the initial reason that she told me to make sure I was taking my vitamin D. And so I've just recognized the importance of doing that every single day so that I don't become depleted and vitamin D deficient again. So those are the 3 habits that I have to do every day. And I have this little chalkboard in my hallway that I pass every day, and that is where I track these habits. So I got the idea to use a habit tracker from the book Atomic Habits, which I absolutely love. And that book also, I think, has been incredibly beneficial in helping me to just build daily habits that make me happier, that are working me towards my goals. So I highly, highly recommend that book as well. I also want to talk about this, which is my planner. It is, you can see a little panda on there. So this is my Panda Planner, And I had heard about this because it is based on scientific data to help people be happier. And I gotta say, I really do find it incredibly helpful. So let me open up to a page. So here's a blank page so you can see it. But it has this whole section up here called Morning Review. And as you'll notice, it asks you to list 3 things that you're grateful for and 3 things that you're excited about. And I think that that's incredibly effective because part of my funk and depression in 2019 was really having a hard time appreciating the little simple things in my life. And also I was having a very hard time looking forward to anything. I felt like I didn't have anything to look forward to. And when I list, what I'm excited about, it doesn't even have to be something big. It can be something incredibly mundane, like I'm excited to go try the new chicken sandwich at Shake Shack, or a new ice cream flavor or something, or get takeout from my favorite restaurant. But I think it's important because it just trains your mind to focus on the positive and to focus on the things that you're also grateful for. It also has an area for priorities. It does have an area to, a little box for exercise. So that's incredibly helpful in tracking my exercise habit. And with these priorities, it gives you 5. I only do about 3 because I've learned that doing 3 is way more realistic for me. I'm not associated with this, planner at all, but I really do love it. And then at the bottom here, on the next page, it has an end of day review, right? With today's wins and how I'll improve. And you notice it has 3 wins and just 1 little thing that you'll improve. Because obviously growth is healthy, but I think when we're depressed, we are only seeing our faults. We're only seeing our failures. And again, this book is a guide that helps me train my mind in the positive and just not falling into that negative mindset all the time. So those are just some of the things that I think have really, really helped me to maintain a good positive mental state being off of Lexapro and, in the midst of this crazy time that we're living in. Now, in addition, I do try to lead a very healthy lifestyle. I don't drink a lot. I do drink, but I've found that I am more of a social drinker. So I don't really use things like drugs and alcohol as a crutch to try to numb myself or escape. Although it's quite understandable that people do, so I'm not judging that. But I find for myself, it just makes me feel worse. I do try to eat pretty healthy, but I don't believe in restrictive eating. I love food. I would consider myself a bit of a foodie, so I never want to shut myself off to any kinds of food. But for the most part, I do try to eat a lot of vegetables and a lot of fruit and just get my nutrients. So those are some of the things that I have been doing. And like I said, it's now coming up on about 2 years since I've been off of Lexapro, and I'm happy with my decision and I feel great. So I certainly wish that for all of you. But here's the thing, I just want to stress, because I've also seen some comments or some criticisms that seemed to, I think, feel that I was judging, taking meds. And I've never been against it. I'm not against it now. If I found that I just kind of fell into a depression, I would absolutely get on them again. But for where I'm at right now, I don't feel the need for that. Now, I completely believe and understand that there are some people who need to have them as part of their lives to stay healthy. And there is no shame in that, right? Everyone is different. I only share my own story, and I'm only making this video because somebody asked for it. So I hope that helps in some way. If you would like to know more about any of the things I mentioned, or if you would like to share some tips, please do in the comments below. But as always, thanks so much for watching. Bye.